Welcome to Sue's Tips, Tricks, and Timing. Today we're talking about tomatoes. So we've been getting quite a few questions about growing tomatoes. And tomatoes are a crop we have to start inside because there's just not enough time outside for them to finish. So you want to start your tomatoes 6 to 8 weeks before you can put them outside. Now outside for us is after last frost date. Generally that ends up around Memorial Day, maybe even into June. So don't rush them out. Tomatoes like it warm. Now one of the other things about starting tomatoes is I highly recommend you get a heat mat and controller. Tomatoes like it really warm to start. Like many things, pepper's another one. 75 degrees, not out of the question. The other thing about having a heat mat is they come up much faster. So you want a heat mat to get that soil temperature at that 75 degrees. You want to keep them moist. Now for many of our plants, we're using domes or covers to cover our seeds. The reason you want to do that is when the seeds are first germinating, they need to stay moist. So we have these beautiful domes you can use, or let's say you have just one little cell, you're doing a couple tomatoes or a couple peppers. I actually will take recycled deli containers or whatever and make a little impromptu dome. That way, when you have the rest of the tray, say you have peppers in here and they're growing along fine, don't need that humidity anymore, you can keep your tomatoes just right. So don't be afraid to do that. Now, the tip to this is, once you see those seeds start to come up and you see that little hook on them, get that cover off there. Because if you leave a cover on there, no matter what size, a lot of humidity builds up in there, and that is very dangerous for your plants. That can lead to diseases that will take your plants out in a heartbeat. So many people say, hey, they come up and boom, just like that, they die. They're often, what is happening is, it's called damping off. It's a series of diseases that affect plants when they're very little. And lack of airflow is one of the problems with that. So you may hear and notice, I have a fan here. One of the things that you need to do is make sure you have airflow over these tomatoes, peppers, whatever, at all times. So even when they're covered and then when it comes off, you want to make sure there's good airflow, and I use one that goes back and forth. So there can be a lot of other things going on with tomatoes, and fertilizer is one. Timing is another. Please give us a call if you have questions or problems, even if it's not on tomatoes. Give us a call and we'll be more than glad to help you figure out what's going on so you can grow better plants this year round. Thank you so much. Call us, please. We'd love to help.